Well, good morning to you. Saturday, 4th of May 2024. And yeah, it's not quite 7 o'clock in the morning and it's raining, and the forecast says this is what we've got all day. Yeah, okay. Oh, in the background we can just hear the church bell ringing the 7 o'clock Angelus. Now, on Monday, we're going to go to the Foire de Tomate, Douadic. Douadic is a little town not very far from here, and the Foire de Tomate is literally, it's a market for buying all your tomato plants. There will be some other things there as well. You know, undoubtedly there'll be someone selling tractor parts and things like that. I had intended to make two videos, one about the tomato fair and one about the dark history of Douadic. But you know what? I'm not going to make one about the dark history. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you in the description for this particular video a site that you can go and look at if you enjoy, or if you feel a need to research the unpleasant history that took place during the Second World War. Very briefly, and very, very briefly, the history of this area is pretty mixed. Most of you know that for practical reasons we say that the Second World War started in September 1939. There was the period of the phony war, and then the German invasion of the Low Countries of Belgium, Holland, northern France, starting in May 1940. And whatever way you cook it, for the British and French, Belgians, Dutch, it was a military disaster which led to an armistice between France and Germany. And the conditions of the armistice included separating an occupied zone of France under the control of the German government and a free area of France, the Zone Libre, which came under the control of the new Vichy French government under the old, a very old man when he became the president, the old Marshal Pétain. Now, Marshal Pétain had been a First World War hero, and so various people thought he was a good figurehead that the country could unite under. Many historians say that's not how it turned out, but you know, that's a controversy that I don't think is right for a guest in the country to go too deeply into. But what it meant was this area and was within the free zone under the control of the French government. At Douadic, there was a camp that had been sorted out in 1939, intended to be a prisoner of war camp for German soldiers captured. The camp then went on to other uses, some of them sort of understandable, some of them particularly dark and sinister. So if that's something that you want to read a bit about, and it's not a joyful history, it's not It's not fun and games. It's not, wow, didn't we do well? It is a dark, unpleasant history. But if that is something you wish to look at, rather than me repeating what everyone else says, oh, there's Pascal getting up and waving at me. Instead of me simply repeating what everyone else says, I'm just going to give you the link to possibly the best history on that camp. Go and look at it if you wish. If it's not something that you want to look at, I can't say I blame you. Anyway, I'm going to spend the rest of the day in the workshop, I think.